So even a bad day at the range can teach you something. I'm Jeff Collins with Bang Bang Consulting. I learned something this morning that I thought I'd pass on to my fellow IDPA and IPSC shooters. Next time I'm at the range, man, I'm going to have one of these with me. This is my Para Ordnance LDA CCW, and it, as you can see, is jammed. It hasn't gone into battery. That happened after like 2 magazines at an IDPA classifier. And we tried everything. We tried everything to get this slide to move back. We tried everything to move it forward. It was just locked in there. We even, as you can see, even took part of the gun apart to try and, loosen it up. No go. And here was our problem. We couldn't ascertain from the holes in the targets or the memory of the participants how many rounds had come out of that. So we didn't know whether we had just a piece of brass or whether we had a live round in the chamber. In which case, as an SO or an RO, you can't let that thing off the range, right? It's a pipe bomb. Worse still was the possibility, mentioned by another senior shooter, that we could have a squib in there. Maybe the gun went off, it was a squib, it ejected that brass, and then tried to load another round. So we really could have 2 bullets and charge of powder in the brass casing and all that. Like, it was the worst case scenario. We goofed around with this carefully for a long, long time, and then finally our senior guy, I'll leave him nameless, he'd be embarrassed about how many rules he had to break to fix this problem. He took his squib rod, or a squib rod he had borrowed, a brass rod, ran it down the barrel, right, carefully, I know, sweeping himself because he put it in front of the muzzle. And he marked where the end of it was, right, with his thumb. But just like that. Then he put it up against the end of the barrel and saw that it came all the way down to the back end of the case. And he was able to, as the RO in charge, he was able to say, okay, I am satisfied that there is no charge and no round. There is simply a stuck brass case in this firearm. Therefore, we needn't hold up the rest of the shoot. You can put a trigger lock on that, take it home. It's going into the gunsmith tomorrow. This will always come with me in the future. And again, my apologies to my IDPA colleagues, because I held up the classifier for the better part of an hour this afternoon. But a valuable tip. Don't leave home without it. It's a squib rod. It's worth having.